I consider that as a coercion, if not a grave coercion, no? Punishable under the revised penal code, no? Yung pananakot, yan din ang tawag coercion, parang blackmail ba? And we have a crime definition of that, no, under the revised penal code. Ito nga ang grave coercion. However, I believe that the proper time to file it would not be this time, no? It might be at a time that we could really seek justice, no? And file it in the proper forum that is impartial. Otherwise, kasi if we file it today, it will just be dismissed, no? So, but the grave coercion will not prescribe ng so much, no? I think that can be filed in 2028, no? Where we can find a neutral ground really to address these grievances, no? Marami pong pwedeng i-file, no? Not only that, no? But in other matters na i-file, the kidnapping cases, the usurpation, marami po talaga, but it should not be done during this time because, as I said, the administration controls both the ombudsman and the DOJ. So, futile po kung mag-file po tayo ng cases today because definitely it will be resolved against, no, or in favor of the administration allies.
Opo. Meron din po ba kayong napapansin or may pattern ba kayong kapuna-puna? Kasi ito rin yung nababasa ko sa social media comment section po, no? Na parang isasagad nila na to the point na, sige, kung may reklamo kayo dito sa aming gagawin, diretso na lang kayo sa Supreme Court. Alam natin na, di basta-basta ngayon yung trabaho ng Supreme Court. Halimbawa, meron silang sariling, kumbaga, interpretasyon, isusulong pa rin nila. And alam naman nila na hindi agad-agad madidesisyonan ng Korte Suprema. Kumbaga, mahaba-haba pa ang magiging labanan. Pero nakagawa na sila ng desisyon po, attorney. Maaari bang ginagamit nila itong taktika rin sa tingin niyo po?
Yes po. Yun nga. Talagang they are hell-bent, no, in convicting BP Inday Sara. Wala naman tayong makita ibang dahilan. Why is that they are relaxing the rules in favor of the conviction, no? Klaro po yan siya. And the problem is that they are testing now the limits of the people. Ang hindi na napapansin kasi na yung anger ng mga tao on what they are doing. Kasi naiintindihan na po ng mga tao kung anong ginagawa nila. Marami na po ang nagkaka-understand na minamanipulate na po ito. So, I hope, no, it will not reach to a point that the people will already speak, no, by going to the streets, because I am not for civil disobedience. I am not for protest actions. No? Remember that it happened already in the case of former President Estrada, yung hindi buksan yung envelope. And because of that, may nag-walk out ng mga senators. And because of that, nagkaroon po ng domino effect, pumasok na yung mga tao. We do not want that to happen again. Nakakaya na po yun sa country natin. Akin lang naman, why don't you convict or try to convict BP Inday Sara by getting the 16 threshold? And present your case, no? And if you have really strong evidence, then you proceed with it. Because I think, no, the prosecution has really failed to establish yung evidence talaga na sufficient to convict, no, BP Inday Sara. It shows the weakness, no? Otherwise, if they are very strong, the evidences are very strong, hindi na sila magawa ng ganito mga pronouncement. They will just rather try and proceed with the case, no? Ang problema is that they're creating a narrative in order that it will lower down. Because ang ginagawa nila, political numbers, it's no longer about the integrity or the weakness or the strength of their evidence, because I think it's not really strength, no? Especially considering that the answer filed by the camp of BP Inday Sara has actually made several binutasan po na mabuti ang kanila pong ebidensya.
Opo, huli na lang po mula sa akin na attorney. Sure. Meron po bang maaring kaharapin na kaso o reklamo sakaling mapatunayan po? Kasi naririnig natin ito na kay Senadora Amy, naririnig din natin mismo si Senador Jinggoy Estrada, kay Senador Marcoleta, and itong si Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano patungkol dun sa pinipresyo, kung hindi lilipat, kakasuhan, Meron po bang kaso yun ng mga ganyan? Para at least maiwasan po yan sa hinaharap na para lang magkaroon ng number, magkakaroon ng ganyan na pananakot po, aligasyon.
Well, yes, sir. I consider that as a coercion, if not a grave coercion, no? Punishable under the revised penal code, no? Yung pananakot, yan din ang tawag coercion, parang blackmail ba? And we have a crime definition of that, no, under the revised penal code. Ito nga ang grave coercion. However, I believe that the proper time to file it would not be this time, no. It might be at a time that we could really seek justice, no, and file it in the proper forum that is impartial. Otherwise, kasi if we file it today, it will just be dismissed, no. So, but the grave coercion will not prescribe ng so much, no. I think that can be filed in 2028, no, where we can find a neutral ground really to address these grievances, no. Marami pong pwedeng i-file, no, not only that, no, but in other matters na i-file, the kidnapping cases, the usurpation, marami po talaga, but it should not be done during this time because, as I said, the administration controls both the ombudsman and the DOJ. So, futile po kung mag-file po tayo ng cases today because definitely it will be resolved against, no, or in favor of the administration allies.
Opo. At bukod nga kay Senator Jinggoy Estrada, attorney, si Jade po ulit ito, may ilan pang mga senador o marami pa sa mga senador ang nahaharap sa kaso o mga reklamo. Ngayon, papaano kung lahat o itong nasa Cayetano Block ay makukulong, itong mga senador na nahaharap nga sa mga kaso ay makukulong, sila ho ba ay makakapag-participate? May legal na batayan ho ba yung mungkahi na pwede po silang makaboto while sila ay nakakulong? Parang ganun po yung senaryo.
Hindi po. Kasi kung, in my case kasi, I understand that tama po talaga that they have to be physically present to attend, no, the proceedings, no. Sa akin lang is that if they could move, no, and file a request before the Supreme Court to allow them to participate during the proceedings and return back to their detention cells pagkatapos, no, that can be done. Parang sinasabi, ang kantsaw nga nila is that senator sa umaga, detainee sa gabi. Well, that can be done, no? Because remember po, ang presumption of innocence is still guaranteed to these people because under litigation pa ang kaso nila, no? And ang kanilang mga allegedly na crime. So, pwede po yun. However, tama po yung observation ninyo kasi in fact, Marcoleta knows that there is a warrant of arrest now na ipapile, i-reserve sa kanya. Tapos yung ICC warrants na sinasabi nilang uulan which involves Bongo. And si Camille Villar, merong pinapahiwatig na si Ombudsman Remulla ngayon na yung daw daanan. No? Para mga things like that. So dadahanin yan sila. Siguro ang hindi lang nila mapailan ng kaso si Amy Marcos because they're also afraid. No? But ang point ko is that they will do everything to file at gipitin ito. So the issue po, Jade, no, is whether or not magbaba po yung constitutional threshold dahil nga sa hindi sila makaparticipate or i-allow sila mag-participate. That is another question. No? In fact, klaro po talaga na itong ginagawa talaga, panggigipit ito. And as I said, I hope hindi nyo po talaga pilitin na to put the back of the people against the wall. Baka kasi yung tipping point ba, mag-explode na po.
Opo, at gaano ho ba kabilis ang pag-amyenda ng ating konstitusyon na attorney? Kung sakali mang babaguhin yung constitutional threshold nga, lalo na dito sa issue nga ng impeachment laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
I think they will not do a amendment of the Constitution by way of Constitutional Assembly, no? Because it will take a long time and there will be a plebiscite. Kasi the only way that you could amend the Constitution, meron po tayong CONCON, may CONAS, no? Tapos magpe-plebiscite pa yan. Ang kinakatakutan ko po yung ipilit po nila, no? By saying na since they are not functioning senators, then we lower down the threshold and cites the Abelino versus Cuenco case and everything. And tama po yung observation ninyo. Desisyon na namin, bahala na dito na i-decide ng Supreme Court, di ba? So, in that particular way kasi, I think the Supreme Court will issue now a status quo or TRO for that matter to determine, no, yung 24 before the impeachment proceeding should proceed, no, para magkaroon na po ng clear-cut guidelines sa ngayon. Kasi if hindi po makagawa ng resolution na ganyan, tapos biglang nagkaroon ng paspasan na pag-decide sa impeachment case, baka rin magiging parang fait accompli na lang, no? Kasi nang ganyan na, tapos na natanggal na kaya nilang gawin yun. No? So, but I believe na hindi naman din papayagan din ng Supreme Court yan because that is also their mandate, that is also their duty to act on it. No? And this is a matter of national importance that they should be decided promptly and immediately.
Kasi nakikita po natin ngayon, attorney, lahat posible dahil nga hawak mo yung mga ahensyang ito o mga opisinang ito. Kaya kung sakali mong gugustuhin talaga nila, ay talagang mangyayari. Anong tingin po ninyo?
Yes po, sir. Actually, they are doing everything. No? In fact, yung mga impossible things has become possible. And talagang this administration has proven and has shown to all of us right in front of our face that they could do anything that they would want to do. In fact, yun nga ang katsaw is that not only now bending the law, it's already twisting the law. Not only this administration, but the allies, no, in the legislative department. So, well, that is what they do, and they think that they are powerful at this very moment. But as I always say, the long arm of the law will really catch up with you. Hindi po papayag po ang batas na hindi kayo papanagutin.
Kasi sino ba mag-aakalang magkakaroon ng ganoong scenario nung June 3? Na session po dyan sa Senado. Baga, kung gugustuhin talaga ng kabilang kampo, ganon talaga ang mangyayari. Ito na nga, ito nang nagkakaroon na ng nagkakaganito na ang Senado ngayon, attorney.
Yes, sir. In fact, alam mo, Jade, no, if you will notice, no, never in our history na this kind of aggressiveness by trying to bend and twist the law has been done, no? It shows that pattern of aggressiveness para ganing walang kinakatakutan ang nagde-decide. They doesn't care. Wala na pong moral conscience and talagang, okay, go. And I believe that I'm thinking about it, why they are doing this psychologically, because sabi ko nga always, it is what we call self-preservation. They have to protect themselves from what will happen in the future. So they will have to remove all those roadblocks para to cover up the things that they have done by doing the impossible up to the extent of bending, if not twisting the laws.
Lalo na kahapon doon sa naging press conference na sa halip ay Blue Ribbon Committee hearing sanang inaasahan natin, kasama po yung Brave 18 at yung mga bagong lumantad na mga testigo. Ay ito nga pilit na para bang ano bang dating po para sa inyo yung nangyari kahapon?
There were reports actually that ginipit po daw yung may-ari ng Double Gem. Sinabihan daw allegedly na kakasuhan sila if they will allow the BRC. So there were some negotiations na, sige, hindi na lang, press conference na lang gagawin, wag lang mag-BRC. And I think what happened was that hindi natuloy ang mga senators siguro ang gusto nila, ayon lang magkagulo. At the same time, yun pong mga taga-Double Gem, hindi rin madamay, no? So it was really a sacrifice, no? But as I said po, Jade, kung hindi man yung naging Blue Ribbon Committee hearing kahapon, I think it was a People's Committee hearing. Because the people, the public, ang taong bayan po, interesado to talaga malaman ang whole story. I'm saying whole story kasi because there are two sides of the coin. Hindi natin sinasabi ang buong katotohanan. Because kailangan natin mapakinggan po yung other side of the coin, yung inakusahan. That's why I was saying is that if you want to participate and give your side of the story, you participate and allow these people to talk in the proper forum wherein you could confront and cross-examine them. Then you present evidences to prove that they are wrong so that you could file a case against them. Not hide behind the microphone and just simply deny, because denial is the weakest form of evidence under the rules on evidence. No? So ang akin sana noon is that what we really want is the whole story. Now, we wanted the Marines or the ex-soldiers and all of them, si Chabit and everyone else, to tell their side of the story. And after that, the other side should also answer them and do it in the proper forum. Problema kasi, hindi nga nila ina-allow na mag-testify in the proper forum. So, ang aking pong panawagan po, Jade, is that this is a wake-up call. Sana po, manawagan tayo na magkandoon na po ng direct, o ayaw nyo ng BRC hearing, then we get a task force investigation by the DOJ, by the Ombudsman, but do it transparently. Ipakita sa public. Do it na meron pong videos, cameras that the people will also be able to see what is happening inside. Impartial investigation. Kasi this is very serious. Ang issue lang is hindi ako diniliberan. Yung pong undisputed fact is meron pala talagang maleta. Hindi po na nadidispute yan. Sigurado po yan. Hindi po nadidispute that these people were former bodyguards. Hindi po nadidispute yung mga bahay na pinatidan. Ang sinasabi lang, hindi yan totoo. Diba? So, it is a direct personal knowledge that needs to be fully investigated. Bakit hindi po inimbestigahan? That is the question.
Opo. Huli na lang, attorney, sa tingin po ninyo, may legal na basihan ho ba o may bearing ho ba o malakas ho ba kapag nagkakaroon, kung wala man pumapansin, tulad nga kahapon, sana may committee, may parang in aid of legislation, parang nangyari, parang freedom of speech lang talaga ang tingin ng ilan po sa mga kritiko po ng mga supporters po, no, ng mga Duterte, o ito po mga Brave 18. Attorney, may sinasabi parang people's court na lang para lahat ng mga hinaing, lahat ng kanilang mga saloobin, parang ganun po nangyari kahapon, gagawin na lang series po yan para po mas lalong ma-inform ang ating mga kababayan hinggil nga sa napakalawak na korupsyon po sa ating bansa.
Yes, I support that, because if the story is not allowed to be told by the factors, no, by some part of these allies ng administration, members of the administration, then we might as well as proceed, no, because we really wanted to know the whole story, Jade, because this is very important. Trillions po ang pera na nawala, and ito po ay pera po ng taong bayan, yung mga ordinary working class na nagbabayad, no. We really wanted, it has not been, no, addressed properly. Hindi po pwede talaga i-cover up itong grabing magnitude na pagnanakaw. So the people are always hungry to know the story and the whole truth. No? So ako, I support with that continuous, no, presentation of this what we call People's Committee or People's Court, no, and present it their testimony, no, and so that the public will understand. Because at the end of the day kasi, yung pong taong bayan, tayo po, mga tao, tayo po ang supreme sa lahat. Yung vox populi, the voice of the people, no? And remember po na even the Constitution, ang tao po ang gumawa niyan. So, ito mga politicians na nakaupo dyan, senators and presidents, no? Tao po ang naglukluk sa kanila dyan. So, ibig sabihin, tayo po yung powerful. If we want this to happen, if we want to know the story and the truth, then this should not be curtailed. Baka naman kasi pagdating ng time na magkaroon ng series po ng People's Committee or People's Court, baka naman pigilan po at gagawa na naman ng issue, baka naman iharas at hindi pwede yun. Kasi as I said po, ang kinakatakutan ko po, no, is yung pong magdating ang time na hindi na po makatiis ang mga tao and they go to the streets. And ayaw po natin ng ganyan pong klaseng pangyayari.